And welcome to Dartcraft once more. Now, what I'm going to do here is I want to actually talk about this is a newer version of Dartcraft. This is the 164. Previously, in my Dartcraft videos, I've actually spoken about 152. So I'm just going to briefly go through some of the things I've perhaps gone over before, and also a decent amount of new things as well. Clipboard, as you can imagine, is still pretty much the same. You can right click. You can also do shift right click, and so basically if we put an 11 here and we press this, we can use the routing button. There's also a button called the Smart Assist key, which is take up to 2 items and distribute them evenly. So I'm curious to see what happens if I just put in yeah, this is the Smart Assist key, so we can actually rotate them around as well. And it's going to distribute them evenly for a lot of those recipes where it's just alternating blocks around the outside of the crafting grid. So yeah, and like I say, for a recipe, the shift click will work. I haven't got one to think of, but yeah, shift click, standard NEI crafting system works fine. The next thing to notice is, yeah, there is a hotkey for this. It should actually be C, the hotkey, but it's not. It's set to J here for some reason. Actually, I think I did that. Yeah, but I think that was because there was a conflict. That's why I did that. Obviously in TPPI there's a lot of conflicts. Obviously, like I said, I'm reiterating a few things, but I'm going to go into more detail. So that's the sort of payoff there. Obviously, the ore here is the power ore. Yeah, and with power ore, it is affected by fortune, and you get 2 to 4 force gems per piece. So I wonder if we can go that far. We can. All right. And interestingly, if you just press like a number key there, it actually gives you a stack straight away. So I'm not sure. I'm sure he did realise that, but interesting nonetheless. So yeah. Now let's just go into. I assume we're in. No, we're not. Okay, we're going to peaceful. So one of the ways that I can just give myself. Was that hunger? What's 18 then? 18 is weakness. This is a bit beside the point. But I'd written down a load of these up to 16. I was just wondering what the higher level ones are. Oh, that's wither effect. Health boost is 21. What other boosts we got here? Absorption 22. Ah, saturation, that's what I want, 23. Alright, forget about that anyway. That's just a aside. So basically, yeah. So force gems, what can we do with them? So you can see probably a lot of recipes for this one, I'd imagine. Yeah, these are the new ingots that you get in the beta for 1.6, the mob ingots. They're all different colours. And they can be used by the force gems to make force ingots. And also force seeds and magical crops, which you need with strong essence. obviously smeltable, and can also see that from the magma crucible get 1.5 buckets, and yeah, so this is the same as you get from the forestry squeezer. So you should see you can use the extruder. What is this thing? I can't even see what it is. It's part of Greg Tech. I can't read what it is because it's off the. Oh, here we go. Empty shape plate. Oh, must be part of Greg Tech. Yep. So yeah, so there's two different ways to do this. You can put it in Carpenter, and I think you get less though from the Carpenter. Yeah, I mean, I've got 3/4 of a bucket with the Carpenter, and then 1.5 buckets with the squeezer. Yeah. So we can use bucket, barrel, capsule. Yeah. I've done some of these in my forestry ones. Force Flask. Yeah, the Force Flask is another new item which has come in. All right, so I'm not gonna do, but yeah, like I say, with the Force ingots though, there are more recipes, so it is actually worth noting them. So let's have a look at that. So we'll look at a Force ingot, and we'll look at the recipe for this. Not like that there. Is there no other way to get it apart from? Oh, here we go. Yeah. So there's traditional iron and gold, bronze, and you can see in TPPI you got so it's Tinker's thermal expansion, mechanism, forestry. You can use dart iron as well, and you've got steel and silver. So yeah, iron, gold, steel, silver. All those in combination with force gems are going to be able to create interesting. So this seems to work, yeah. So we can use the traditional hammer. Well, I suppose it's not really even traditional. But it's later than some of the other stuff. Or there's the new force hammer, which gets us the plates. Can you also use the roll? So there's a very so yeah. So we can already see that we're seeing. And then we have force grinding recipes. So you can see that we can actually smelt this stuff. It's almost like a combination of various thermal expansion machines. But it just seems to extract what's in it. So, well, in fact, it's almost like a... Interesting. The bacon, incidentally, is a new feature of the... Yeah, well, actually, I'll talk about that in a minute. Let me just go through these recipes quickly. Feather dust, iron powder. So you see, there's certainly different items than you might expect from other mods, and there's all these unique textures as well. Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah. So there's 5 UU matter. Oh, it's amplifier now. It's changed. 8 of those. Force essence can make 2. Scrap box. Carbon And yeah, I'll return back to that force grind because there's 100 recipes. I suppose it doesn't matter if I do it in sections. I remember what number I'm on anyway. So yeah, so squeezers are good with regards to liquid force. And yeah, now one thing I will mention here is I recommend you watch my first part of Dartcraft. I went through everything very, very quickly. But yeah, but safe to say, the force ingots make all the tools. So there's a lot of things that you would expect from a mod of this nature. So we should have, for instance, the force transport pipe. We also got the force sword, the pickaxe, the shovel, the axe, the shears, the gear, and the mitts. Yeah, and you'll recall the way you use a force ingot, a stick, and a force nugget to get the heavily damaged force rod. And obviously, you use that, and you make yourself a force tree, and with the logs. These are all things which. Well, I suppose I could just. Yeah, I'll just briefly allude to this again with a few more recipes. There's a lot of recipes in this. And what I might do is just do usage here. So you can see we can make various different things. These are probably the two most important things: the Book of Medora and the Upgrade Tome. Yeah. And you can also do. You can right click with the Force Rod. You get the Force Sapling and the Force Infuser. They're very key. If you've got an enchanted book, you can get a bottle of enchanting back. And so this is something a bit later on. You can get string back from bows. You can get force bricks from stone bricks. You can get sticks from, well, a stick from a tool, I guess. Interesting, it's the same from any tool. You can change flowers into roses and brown mushroom. Actually, it's just mushroom into mushroom, isn't it? Compass into iron. Raw pork chop into a raw lamb chop. Raw beef into raw pork chop. So you can change the meat around. Pretty cool. Always seems to have, cooked for cooked, raw for raw. Cookie go out there. Force sword. You can actually get these force shards out of it as well. Interesting that. I'm not sure if this was available before. I would err on the side of no. But yeah, otherwise fairly good. Getting a fairly decent amount of stuff back. Only 2 for the pickaxe there. So yeah, some are basically what you would expect, and some are a little bit less. And you can get diamonds out of diamond horse armor. That's quite handy. Get a force stick. Of course, that's what you need for the actual wand when you make that later on. But yeah, so we can get various other things back. Force panel, power saw, power drill, railcraft steel, some Thorncraft integration as well. I wonder what the point of that one is. So yeah, so now what we want to do is I guess Yeah, force mitts. So the advantage of the force mitts is it can do various different things. The force mitts. So like a sickle. If we It can also be an axe. And it could also be a hoe. So I can actually hoe the land. So it's a multi-purpose tool, basically. And you get a shovel as well. So you can see it can be a hoe, it can be a shovel. It will work on leaves. Yeah, so if I had some crops, I'm not sure if these Britannia flowers count. Yeah, you see, I can quickly harvest a range of crops from within an area, a 3x3 area. Now, obviously, once we've done the stuff with the transmutation, I don't really want to do the transmutation here, but once we've done the transmutation with the force, and watch the first part, and I'll explain it much better there. We can get force sticks. And yeah, there's that basically. And you can make the force bow and the force arrows. What do we get for force here? It is mainly Dartcraft. Yeah, Dartcraft. There's actually something called a force relay in Britannia. But yeah, you can see these are the things we can get. So I believe we can also make the spade look a bit better. Now we've got the force shovel. Just go to controls, Dartcraft, and I believe the key we need to press here, it looks pretty likely it's going to be this one. I know J is. I'll just put this on a conflicting key, so at least we'll get J. So interesting, when I did that, I got this interface popping up. So now what happens? Because what's supposed to happen is that these tools are supposed to work with double the durability with the same speed as iron tools. That's sort of the thing with them. Yeah, J is just putting it up like this there. And I guess these are all sort of separate slots. Yeah. So there's a weird way of looking at it, but each one has got its own thing. Now when we right click, we can activate or deactivate the area mode. So you can see what happens when I activate it. I'm getting gas because there's a lot of gas mods around to speak about. So yeah, so right click and yeah, each right click will so they all have these different things here. So like I say, so this thing area mode is unique to I wonder if I can use it. No, I can't use that at the moment, unfortunately. So they're unique to the pickaxe, axe, shovel, which we've seen, and shears. Now what I believe will happen is that because I've got that internal storage, as you can see, my shovel's not actually taking any damage. So we're going to put these into 7, 8. Pickaxe. What do I want to show you? Pickaxe, axe. We've shown the shovel. And the shears we have not done. So I'll put that in slot 2. Nope, guess I won't. Alright. So you see, if I activate area mode on the I can't actually activate area mode on the shears. Interesting. So it looks like, and you can't just put the ingots in there. You have to put in shards. I mean gems, force gems. So 64 seem to fill up 6,000. Really? Maybe I did it incorrectly. Maybe that was just one. That would be quite strange if that was the case. But yeah, so now when I right click... No, I can't do it. I wonder if I can do it with... No, I've got it twice, haven't I? Really? What's going on here? Yeah, sometimes it probably wasn't a good idea to do it like the way I did there. Yeah. 40 will fill up the tank. Interesting, so it's working on the pickaxe, it's not working on the axe, not working on the shears. So maybe it does just work on the pickaxe. But you can see now, without any, the pickaxe doesn't have anything in it. What this means is that, yeah, it means it's going to actually take from the actual health. So we should see this. Should see it getting. There you go. Alright, let's jump out now. Alright, so that's basically another of these tools then. Let's try and get out of here now. I was thinking probably not a good idea to go on the ground. It's because when you get very low frame rate, jumping doesn't respond as well. And you can see all the gas now. So let's move to a non area which has not been affected by it as much. It does seem to still be on my screen though. No, it's not because of my render distance. And yeah, so with the force shears, as you might imagine, I am going to have to I can't do it one by one, that's good. But yeah, just one thing that we haven't looked at was the spawning a pig. We can take a look at that. You see, when spawning a pig, it's raw bacon, which can be, you might imagine, cooked bacon, and use the alloy smelter as well. What is the usage of this? Not much. Alright, so yeah, it's just food, basically, as you might imagine. Oh, sorry, the thing about... Yeah, let me just... Yeah, shift right click for shears to get the area mode. Is that the same for an axe, I wonder? The axe just doesn't seem to have one. I guess it must be because of tree capitator or something like that. But shears is shift right click. Right click. Yeah, right click for the other things, it seems. The bow has got torch normal mode. Okay, and yeah. Alright, and just a brief note about the shearing the animals as well. Chickens drop 1 feather, cow drop leather, pigs drop raw bacon. And cooked bacon will restore 1 unit of health at saturation 0.8. Okay, so... let's get rid of some more stuff from here. We're not going to need the tools much, I don't think. So now we're going to get a Force Flask. I'm not going to go into the recipes because really... the Force Flask, pretty sure, is a new item anyway. What's the other one? Liquid Force Flask. Okay. I was under the impression these things don't stack. Maybe it's only the empty ones that stack. Let me just... Oh, that's a bit... Alright, let me just get one then. And I'm sure it'll just not stack. So we're going to grab this... I guess we could try and get the node. So we've got some air and some terra in there. Left click entity to bottle it. That would be nice if we could just get it, but I don't think we can. This pig though is not going to cause them any problems. Well, you wouldn't have thought so anyway. There we go, we got it. So we've now got a bottled pig. I'm going to do that with various different enemies. Now, one thing I won't be able to show just because of the frame rate is that you can bottle hostile enemies as well. However, you have to bottle them when they're below 10% health. So you have to get them down in health-wise. One of the reasons why we're running so slow is because of the ridiculous armor I've got on as well. Maybe I should just take this armor off. I put on some very good armor. But there's not really much point in that. Yeah, when you're trying to get frames, See if we can go any lower. Try balanced. Try getting rid of VSync. I think that's about as good as we're going to get. But yeah, shift right click. Trees. Alright. So pig, cow and chickens for the shearing and force shears. Right click will release the... So left click, grab, right click, release. Alright, so the next thing... maybe I'll just leave it there actually. Yeah. Thanks for watching.